Can you say what I missed?
Okay, I just took a pot and filled it, you know, not all the way water, just enough you need for the 1 box of noodles.
Okay.
So we got that starting. It's gonna boil. So now we're gonna, next step is add the oil.
Right. So that's just the water in there. Nothing else has been added.
That's right.
This is all the first step.
Yeah. So
Right.
a little dollop of oil.
Can I see what the oil brand is? Okay.
Okay, so that's working. So go get us a little box of noodles up in the pantry over here.
Oh, what do they look like? These things? These?
What does that say? Linguine? No, that's something different.
Muzzles.
It's gonna be one of those ones up there.
These?
Yeah.
Muzzers?
Either gonna say
Angel hair
or small or like thin spaghetti.
Are they both like the same?
Yeah, pretty close. Angel hair is just a little bit thinner. So for these, if you open a box like this, for these pot-sized ones, you don't have to do anything special. You can just pour them in there, but pour them inside like this.
Huh. Oh, nice. Oh, that's satisfying.
Mm-hmm. Now you see they're a little rigid right now, but when they soften up, we can stir them up a little bit.
How high is the water? Like half up or something?
About, yeah, half or a third, depends on the size of the pot. And it's best to use a wooden spoon when we get ready to stir them. This is something different.
When should I start stirring it?
These the ones, right? The black ones are the first ones. I'm not certain. I was just doing laundry.
A while ago, I think it said when they start loosening up.
But either way.
Alright, so when do we start stirring these?
They're still kind of brittle, so you just gotta let them soak a little bit and then we'll stir them.
So after maybe like 30 seconds of putting them in there?
I don't know how long it takes. You just gotta look at it.
It's like a judge thing or judgmental thing?
See how when it starts looking a little soft, we can start stirring them. I actually should have waited until the water was boiling. Put it in there, but it'll be alright.
Right. We got some foamy bubbles in there. I wonder what that means.
Yeah, you just asked.
I think that's the oil.
Well, no, it doesn't freeze to it. It gets so cold it hurts my bones. I don't know if yours do that, but mine do. It'll be so like, even if the weather's cold enough, it'll hurt me.
Steam. Should I start stirring it a little bit? Like when it starts steaming?
At this point, I'd just wait for the water to start boiling. You know, when it starts boiling, it'll start bubbling up a little bit.
Like, where does it bubble at?
Just along the edges and stuff where you'll see it.
Is it like frequent or just like one bubble at a time?
No, it'll start bubbling more and more as hotter it gets.
Okay, you'll start bubbling more and more the hotter it gets.
But it never hurts to stir a little, so if you want to stir a little, that's fine.
Yeah.
Periodically stir.
To separate them slightly more.
You don't have to worry about that too much. Just stir it around with it, like that, like really, like kind of like.
Oh, okay. Like scoop
so you
stir.
can get the water and stuff in between them, man.
Like the scoop. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's good. And then when it gets softer, we can.
Okay. Alright, keep note. Only scoop stir. Should look like that.
Like that much of liquor in it that was sitting on the thing like from days ago. Like I had taken it in there and forgotten about it.
Where?
I don't know. I mean, brought all the shot glasses out here and I went to put them like rinse them or whatever.
Where did you find the shot?
Very minor bubbles.
I didn't even notice that.
Very minor bubbles.
I'm digging the screwdriver right now.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we got enough orange juice in there for another one. You have to dig into your orange juice.
Yeah, I'm still working on the one you made me earlier.
What's that?
I'm still working on the one you made me earlier, so that's
Oh.
great.
Steaming quite a bit more. It's starting.
Starting to turn white a little bit. It's gonna start boiling. See how the water's
Yeah,
starting to shake a
yeah.
little. We'll let go a little bit more. Get a good boil on it. We can stir it up.
What does a good boil look like for this?
Well, it doesn't matter at this point. You can just stir it whenever you feel like it.
I'll go a little bit more.
The main idea with stirring this stuff is just so the noodles don't stick together.
Okay. So only scoop stir, right? Like just calic, take it in, put it back in. Yeah. Ooh, they look good already. Sometimes they do end up clumped. Oh wow, that's a massive clump right over there. I don't know if I'm doing a good job at this or not. That feels like a clump puddle right there. It feels like a bunch of marsh. Later on, we're going to drain it out in the sink using one of those like plastic bowls with tiny little holes at the bottom. Don't know how that'll work. When do I stop? Yikes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to rest this here. Hey, Dad. How do you know when I can stop stirring?
Just do it once in a while until they're done. But it's, like I said, it takes time. It's not something you can.
Get that little mofo down there. Like that.
Yeah, so when you do it, just, you know, kind of get everything moved around. And then that's really all you got to do. You can wait quite a while longer.
How long does it usually take?
So, as long as it takes, dude. So, what you do is, once it, at some point where you think it's about done, you can sort of see when it is now. You can see now it's still kind of stiff.
Okay.
And if you were to take that, bite into it, you can tell immediately if it's not done, right?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. So that's how you test it.
Yeah, tastes bad.
Alright. So while we're waiting on that, we get the butter out.
Get the butter out around 3 to 5 minutes of this process.
Get the butter ready. We'll just stick it right here. And then the garlic salt. So that's all ready to go. Is that boiling pretty good now?
Yeah.
And then we need a strainer.
So around this stage is where we actually need to take the actual
Well, it's
stuff
just
out.
getting things ready ahead of time, so it doesn't take that long when it's ready. This is nice because you can sit right on right like that.
What would happen if there was stuff in it? What would you have to do then?
What do you mean?
What would we have to do if we couldn't use this? Like if there was stuff in there, if it was like full
These ones, all red ones, or you clean the one out.
of... So I can only make these noodles if this is clear.
Yes, or one of those two red ones down there, but they're harder because they're smaller and they're easy to burn yourself.
Right.
They won't sit like that, you sort of have to like hold it up a little at a time.
I would fail at that miserably, if I'm being honest. Like, look at this.
So for you need this white one to be clean. You clean it. Okay, see how it's getting ready to boil over?
Oh, yeah.
So we can do a couple things. We can turn it, you slide it off the burner to reduce the heat.
So once I see that, it's time to give it a rest.
Well, and then you stick a wooden spoon. It also helps. It's going to continue to burn a little bit. This burner's on high. This one doesn't really control itself too well. I'll slide it back over here. Turn it down, which kind of turns it off. But just play around with turning the burner on and off. Until you get the
So now we're just waiting until we get the noodle texture.
So we get, yep. So as you scoop it around, you can kind of see it's getting better, but it's still a little stiffness to it.
So the noodles only get the right texture after that foams over.
No, they just got to boil for a certain period of time. Here, take it and see what you think.
Almost perfect.
A little bit longer.
By maybe about another 3 to 5 minutes.
See, I've done it so many times I can tell almost by sight what it should look like. You know.
Yeah.
And it's close.
It looks like it's very close. Although it didn't taste like anything, it gave me the illusion there was taste because it's warm.
Yeah, because you're really just looking for texture at this point. It doesn't have any taste.
Yeah.
You haven't added butter, garlic, salt to it.
I don't think noodles even have taste to begin with, right?
Not much.
I'll taste test it in about a minute. What happens if they boil too much?
Then the texture is a little weird. But it's a pretty big window, so it's not, you could probably overcook it a good 10 minutes before it gets to
Right.
where like that.
So it's not an on-the-clock type of deal like most foods on this thing? Okay.
There's a lot of
Like there's a lot chill. You got time to prepare while it's cooking on high.
See, right now the burner's not even on, even though I turned it off high.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Well,
about
I
that.
guess it's on a little bit.
Okay, let me get
As long
that.
as it's still boiling, though, it's still cooking.
There we go. How do I? Thank you.
All right, drop the spoon and you can take this.
All right. I would give them exactly 30 more seconds. And then we can pour them in that thing.
Texture's still a little tough.
I'm not sure if it's an infrared thing with the camera or not, but like in real life that looks like pure blood red, right? But on camera it looks like it's a violet or something. Like the burner. I wonder if it's like a lighting thing with the camera. I don't know. Easy but long process. Minus that part, I'm guessing. Because, like, how do you even do that? Like, how do you hold that thing with one hand and then have to, like, put that in the other hand, you know?
This is easy because this will sit there, so I'm just going to take this, pour it in there.
Yeah, but how do you do that without burning your own hands? Is there a technique?
Sometimes these handles do get a little hot.
Yeah,
In that case,
look
you
how
can grab
close they are, you know? That's kind of risky, you know?
grab something like this.
Won't it slip out with that? Because those are, like, kind of smooth, right? Kind of like a little...
Right?
What?
I'm just going to pinch it. The handles like this.
Yeah, I think that's ready. What do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, when I tested it, it tasted good. Well, it felt good.
It was a little off for me. It's close.
Really? I guess I forgot what the original tasted like. Ah, shit, that's burning hot! That's burning hot. I think it's because I got 2 rather than 1 noodle. Oh, I know, it's all 1 noodle. It's just all wadded up together. Yeah, it's a noodle. Yeah, it's literally about...
See, these have spouts on them.
Okay, that's the technique. You just dump it off to the side.
Yep. Now, put this back here.
Oh, I feel the heat coming from it.
Yep, it's still hot. Everything's hot. Now I'm going to take this and just shake it a little bit to get the water out. But not get water all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Now move. I was going to go right over in the pot. Dump it right back in where it came from.
Okay. And then we put all the butter and stuff in?
Yep.
That thing's sizzling.
I don't want it to get cooking too much on the bottom of the pan without the butter. Okay. So we use the same wooden spoon. Want to get some butter on the bottom first so it doesn't start cooking the noodles down there, burning them. Quite a bit of butter goes in these things. You guys seem to like the butter.
Oh yeah, it's really good. That with the salt and soy sauce, that's 10 out of 10.
So we'll let that melt for a minute. While that's melting, we're going to add some salt.
Okay, I think a good, decent amount of salt.
Now we're just going to try to get the butter melted and stir it around in there. More. And when you're stirring food and messing around food, you don't want to dilly-dally with it like this. Like, you literally want to get under it, flip it, move it around. Like, you got to manhandle the food. You got to be the boss of it.
You want to make it look like that you're the one in charge of it.
Well, no, that's what you got to do. Otherwise, it will own you. Because you just got to be able to move the food around.
Yeah, because if you just like poke around with it, it looks like it's an octopus beating you around.
Yeah, you're not really doing a lot. Now the easiest way to serve it is actually use tongs.
Okay.
When you're putting it in a bowl.
Yeah.
And do it over the pot so you don't make a big mess. Okay. Cheers.
Alright, nice, thanks. Is the rest for seconds when I get later?
Well,
oh, I know, Blake and Starly get back, right? Yeah.
They'll be here in a few minutes.
Yeah. And now, the optional ingredient that I like to take is the soy sauce. And by now, you will have called me in on the camera saying dinner's ready. Alright,